What's up, everybody? This is Click and Cliff. This is another Beyond the Click and Cliff. This is a podcast where I talk everything other than Lego, more about my experiences, life stories, stuff like that. Not necessarily about Lego. And hope you enjoy this. Something for you to listen to while you work, while you do stuff, other things around the house, clean house. Maybe I could put a little chuckle or you can bring a little smile to your faces. I don't know, or really annoying, one or the other. Hope I do some kind of effect on you in that manner. Um, I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff, so please enjoy. Make sure you hit that like button so other people can find me. Maybe they want to be part of the podcast and want to listen and see what I got to offer. I know, I know, it's asking a lot. But anyway, we're going to go get right into it. This whole month of October, I've been doing spooky season stuff. The first podcast of the month, I talked just about the season of October and what I liked about it and stuff like that. The second one, I started telling you stories about my scared parts in life where I was scared and stuff, or I psyched myself out, thought I saw a ghost or whatever. And we're going to continue this trend through the month. Now, I know a lot of people out there don't like the scary stuff, and I'm the one that does. But all in all, we can have fun for sure, and tell stories. See, something right now is already freaking me out. There's a light right there. I don't know where the light's coming from. Is my Lego room possessed, or is it? It may just be a reflection. See, I'm already freaking myself out by talking about it, and that's what's great about this. Um, but anyway, uh, today, talked about watching scary movies and stuff. That's brought me and my daughter a little closer together. We've been watching a movie all the time now, a scary movie and stuff. It's kind of got us together. We've been watching the Stephen King stuff, and now we're getting ready to get out of the Stephen King and move into her favorite stuff, the paranormal activities, the conjurings and Annabelles and the nun and stuff like that. That's what she likes, and so we're gonna start sliding into those, which is all good. But today, kind of talk about trick or treating. And as far as I think back, my parents always took me trick or treating, um, and I always dressed up. And we went trick or treating. And back when I was a kid, we actually went to other people's houses, knocked on the door, and we had to say trick or treat. And that's how we got our candy for Halloween. Nowadays they got this trunk and treat and stuff like that, which is fine. Um, which is totally good, totally fine. I mean, I get it. Because things are a lot different today than it was when I was a kid. My kid, I could go to next door neighbors and hang out, and I can go to people down the street and get trick or treat and stuff like that, and not have to worry about anything bad coming for me as it is nowadays. Nowadays, I guess this we it got a little out of hand here in recent years. But when I was a kid, I used to take out me and my mom and dad would get in the car and I would have my plastic bag that you'd get at school or at your Halloween costume. Sometimes I had them in there, or the remember those plastic pumpkin with a handle you carried around and people threw candy in there when you went to the door asking trick or treating. It was fun, And then I remember one year, um, the news outlets were telling everybody check your kids' candy. People's been putting razor blades and the gum and pins and needles and stuff like that and the candy. And so I remember one year we went out trick or treating. We got back. Mom dumped the candy on the floor and started checking every piece of candy. And of course, nothing was found. Thank goodness. So trick or treating was fun. You got to dress up. You got to dress up as whatever you want. This is the time where your imagination could have went wild. You didn't have to be a scary person. I mean, heck, you could dress up as Superman. You could dress up as Spider-Man. You could princess, king. You can dress up as your dad. I mean, you can dress up as, you can use your imagination. It didn't always have to be scary. And it didn't always have to be the Draculas and the demons and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. You could use your imagination, dress up any way you wanted, for Halloween. Superman, Spider-Man, Superwoman, princess, prince, king, a goblin, Dracula too. I mean, you could dress up anything. Your imagination is going to go woof. And as a kid, that was fun. My parents used to let me dress up, use my imagination, make my own costumes. That was the whole fun. That was part of the fun in it. That was part of the fun in Halloween and going trick or treating and stuff like that. Now you got this truck and treats. You go to a parking lot. You have people decorating their trunks and stuff. So they want to go. I mean, so I guess they don't know where they live. Even though if you live in a small town, you know where everybody lives. But that's our little secret. But I think it just got a little out of hand. But that's a different video. This is just my experience. It's not my thoughts and opinion. It's my experiences, and that's what I'm trying to convey with you guys today. But, and then I remember going to haunted houses as well. Our town, I don't know how it is around where you guys live, but where I used to live, you always count on somebody turning their home into a haunted house. Or they made a deal with a realtor's office and found a house that nobody's living in and use it for the weekend but they clean up afterwards. But they go in there and deck it all out and make it a haunted house where we would go in there, get spooked, got candy at the end of the line at the end of the haunted house, and it was just a wholesome fun. I remember I went with a group of friends, and one of my friends was definitely scared. And some of these haunted houses that we went to was like a professional done. I mean, they have them there every year, and it's a fixed place. And it's only open during October, and they pay people to scare people. Kind of like a corn maze when they haunt corn mazes. Those are fun too. But one of my friends, me not realizing what was going on, they were scaring her, and I was like, "Come on, Amanda." I mean, that was her name. I used her name. Amanda. We use Amanda for her this story's sake. I go, "Amanda, come on, Amanda, let's go." And then you hear this guy going, "Amanda," and she was getting freaked out, and I'm going, "Come on, Amanda, it's okay. He's not going to hurt you." Amanda. Then it dawned on me. He's using me to scare her because I'm coming and say, "Come on, Amanda." And she goes, "Would you quit screaming my name? Or saying my name?" I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm sorry, come on." But that was the fun times. That's the fun times that, the memories. The haunted houses is great. At the end of this one, they built a big old slide, and your floor, they'll say caution, and then next thing you know, you're sliding down on a slide out of the house, and you're like, you didn't see that coming. It was dark, and you just you didn't know what was going to happen, but you knew it was there because they warned you to watch out for the slide. The floor's going to give away. Watch out! And then next thing you know, you're sliding. Good fun. Then of course, we had corn mazes, the same thing. There was during the day they didn't haunt it for kids. They come from school as like a little field trip. They would come out there and go through the maze and get candy at the end of the maze. It wasn't haunted. It just something for them to do. But at night they'd haunt it, and it was fun. I did do security there. It was fun. I got in. I was in a sky lift, and I was looking to see anybody's running through the corn, because you can see when somebody's running through the corn how the corn lays down. I can tell the people that there's people running through the corn, and the other security people go get them, right? Well, it's fun. I'm sitting here just watching. It's cold, so I'm up in there. I have this quilt around me. I'm covered in my coveralls and trying to dress as warm, but you'll see these lights run like they're running. Because they got scared. You see this light just doing this, like pitch dark. You see a flashlight. It's just funny. You see it all over the place, and then you hear the people who are scaring people jump out using their chainsaws, and you hear screams in the field. And these things are fun, and I've seen them popping up more than where I was at. They do, they'd come in and plant seeds in a certain design. So when you get an aerial picture, it makes this one big old design, and that's what they were doing. It was fun. It was a good family time. And there's other stuff there. We had the maze. We had the paint, the laser tag. You got these little robot machines, and you'd punch people. It was just a wholesome, fun time. Of course, food and stuff like that. Or where I live now, there's a pumpkin patch, and they built some buildings out there, and there's a little haunted maze, a couple haunted haunted houses they went through, and food and just hayride and stuff like that. It's just a family fun time. That's what we did. So it's just fun. Most of the time, it's not very expensive to do this, especially if you stay at home and trick or treat with your family. Go out, go to your trunk and treats, and do stuff that town provides. Is usually safe, usually safe in those areas. I don't think there's going to be bad people. I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't think. I could be wrong, but I know for my town's sake, the cops are there, trunk and treat. There's people in the church parking lot. Take your kids, you go to each trunk and do your thing, and come home, munch on some candy, get some takeout food, come on home, put in if you got kids and you don't want them to the bad horror movies, I know there's some Pixar movies out there. You got the Nightmare Before Christmas. You got the Monster House, little cartoon, animated kind of thing. Kind of haunted, kind of not, and sit there as a family and watch a scary movie on Halloween night. When the kids go to bed, you can put in the good ones, or you go outside, start you a little fire in your fire pit, and just tell ghost stories. You can make them up. Imagination. You can use your imagination on these things. Make them up, and just tell ghost stories. Just have fun with it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be any kind of bad thing. You just use your imagination. It doesn't all have to be the goblins, demons, and the dark things. It could be light things. Superman went flying in the building. You can tell any kind of story you want. Kind of like anything. Or you could get you a scary book, and read to your kids some ghost stories. When I was a kid, I used to love that book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Even though they tried to ban that book out of elementary schools, but because of the artwork, it wasn't because of the stories. The stories wasn't bad at all. It actually was kind of like a life lesson and stuff, but they made it kind of spooky. And I used to love them books, and I would read that book, but read them some scary stories out of a book. Um, classics. You always do a classic. Frankenstein, you know, Dracula and stuff like that if you want to. And if you're afraid that's gonna give them nightmares, do something easy. Get goosebumps or something easy that may not scare them too bad, but it's for aimed for kids. So that when stuff's aimed for kids, it's really not gonna be too awful bad. That's just my opinion. Now, like I said, I love these. I love the Halloween stuff. I love it. I really enjoy it, but it may not be for everybody. Probably not. But yeah, go ahead and just have fun. Use your imagination. That's the whole key to this whole thing is using your imagination on stuff. Imaginative, And then, like I said, and I'll say it again. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but it don't have to be the scary goblins, Superman, Spider-Man, whatever your superhero is. Your fantasy world. You can be a fairy. You can be a bear. You can be an animal. You can be whatever you want to be on that day. You can use your imagination and let it run wild. Guys, I think I'm going to leave this one with you. Hope you enjoyed these spooky season podcasts that I've been putting on. I think we only got one more after this, and we'll move on to the regular scheduled stuff. That's not Halloween. I guess we may get into some Thanksgiving stuff and Christmas after that, of course. But other than that, guys, I want you to be good. I want you to treat others like how you want to be treated. I want you to be somebody's light in somebody's darkest cloud. They may be having a bad day, and you can bring them out of it. You are very cool. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. You look good today. Yeah, I see you. If you're watching to the end of this, just pay it forward. Be nice. It doesn't hurt to be nice to one another. Guys, until the next one, ta-ta.